anyone else exhausted out there? Oh my God, this week. I don't know if it's eclipse energy or what. But speaking of eclipse energy, we have a total lunar eclipse happening in the sign of Pisces this Sunday. This is super important, super powerful. The eclipse, as I've mentioned before, is all about aligning us with our soul path, and this eclipse on Sunday is the North Node. It's activating the North Node, transiting through Pisces. So the area of your life ruled by Pisces, check your birth chart. That area that Pisces sits in, that house, that area is your area of your life. It's going to be like very activated right now and subject to very fated experiences and meetings and karmic things happening. And not only is the eclipse happening in Pisces, but Saturn just retrograded back into Pisces a few days ago. It had been in Pisces for like nearly 2 years, and then it ingressed into Aries only a few months ago, but it's retrograded back into Pisces. So you're probably going to be revisiting some of the themes from the 2 years that it was in Pisces. So again, if you know the house it's in, you will know it. You will be able to break this down and really see the things that you're going to have to confront through, like the loose ends you're going to have to tie up in these transits. Okay, both like Saturn's a planet of karma, and eclipse is very karmic. So it's going to bring things back from the past in relation to that area, that house, that you need to, it's unfinished business, or karma has to be cleared, lessons have to be learned, ties have to be cut, endings have to happen, and things have to be cleared so that you can be free to move on to your destiny, which is the North Node happening in Pisces as well. So, and Pisces is the sign of, creativity, spirituality, compassion. It's a really sensitive energy and helps us to be more creative, more compassionate, and more in touch with our spirituality, our spirit, our soul. So it's helping, as on a collective level, it's helping us, become more in tune with the non-physical side of our life, with our spirit, with, spirituality. But it's also bringing, like I said, changes and new beginnings in the Pisces ruled area of your life. So for me, it's the 4th house, and the 4th house is my home, family, ancestry, roots. So karmic fated things are happening. I know I've already experienced them, because I obviously I'm aware of these, like the area that Pisces is ruled. So I'm monitoring, I'm watching out, and I'm seeing these happening in real time. But so it's helping me in the area of my home, my property, and it's in particular helping me put down stable roots and create security and safety within my home environment. So the more once you know the house that Pisces sits in, you're going to get so much more information for it on a personal level. Okay. And so, like I said, it's also transiting, Saturn's retrograding through Pisces, bringing up those themes again. So also whatever, have a look back to March of this year, all the themes that you were, that were in your life, or you were, that you were experiencing, because they're going to come back up in this eclipse. So you're going, in these few days, you'll find, check your diary or your journal, and you'll find that they're all coming back in, and you're experiencing some of the same things again. And that story will continue again into the next eclipse next spring as well, by the way. So like I said before, keep a diary of the eclipses, because you're going to see very clearly the story continuing on, and you start to realize, hey, there's more to this reality than we've been told or than meets the eye. You'll start to see there's a higher universal laws involved in this, and they're interacting with us all the time and helping to, you know, helping to influence things. So certain energies come in that we experience for our lessons, or like self-mastery and all, our destiny and all that kind of stuff. Eclipse is the best transit, like I said, the best energy to really convince yourself that there's like a higher power, and there's universal laws, and there's, you know, there's a higher meaning to this whole experience, you know. It's all, and everything's connected as well. So yeah, so that's the eclipse on Sunday. But I suppose if you've got planets in Pisces, especially at 15 degrees, you're going to really feel this. Also, all the mutable signs, rising and sun, are going to feel this mostly, but everyone's going to experience it. You don't have to have mutable signs or planets in Pisces, but you'll feel it even more if that is the case. But yeah, so that is... the moon card in tarot is actually ruled by Neptune, which rules Pisces. So that's why I have that here. But yeah, so just keep an eye out on these fated experiences. People come back from the past. There's a higher reason. If people are popping in in these kind of few weeks from the past, there's a much more bigger reason. It's not the coincidence. They're not just, you know, crossing your path just for no reason. They're crossing your path because it's something to do with your destiny and your soul path. Okay, so write it all down, and just remember and keep a check on these eclipses, and how they may be part of a bigger picture, a bigger plan, and your mission on this planet. Anyway, have a good evening and chat soon.